Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree, coming to you from the KXAN Live studio. We're showing you a live image right now from the Austonian camera in downtown Austin, pointed toward a very hazy view there in the distance. As you can see, this is smoke moving in from that wildfire that's now burning in Bastrop County. We just got an update from the Bastrop County the Bastrop County Judge's Office. Let me be specific on that. Again, the Bastrop County Judge's Office has confirmed that the fire, which is what they're calling the Rolling Pines fire, has now grown to 630 acres, and it's also led to the evacuation of 30 families. Really quickly, I want to change our live view for just a moment to let you see a view from there closer to the scene. Our reporter, Daniel Marine, is getting ready for a live report, so just bear with me 1 second as I change the view one more time. I'm going to also let you all in and watch our KXAN News at 5 o'clock newscast, so please stay with us as we bring you that here in just a few moments, but wanted to get you caught up on what the situation was. At this time, the Bastrop County Judge's Office is reporting that 630 acres have now burned because of this Rolling Pines wildfire. 30 families have been evacuated, and from the Bastrop County Office of Emergency Management, they have said that these particular areas need to evacuate if anybody lives within this area right here. So residents are asked to evacuate from the following areas. That includes Pine Tree Loop, Linda Lane, Lisa Lane, and those living in the Pine Hill Estates. I'm going to leave that up for a little while so you all can see where those evacuations are in place. But what we have heard is that at least 30 families have had to evacuate because of this growing wildfire in Bastrop County. Additionally, the Bastrop County Office of Emergency Management has said that their latest update is that the fire is moving along Power Plant Road towards South Shore Lake Bastrop. We are waiting again for KXAN News at 5 o'clock to start, so we'll bring that to you here in just a moment, but wanted to share the latest information about this. If you would like more details about what is unfolding there in Bastrop County, we are keeping you up to date over on KXAN.com and the KXAN News app, so please download that. Keep it handy with you. If you know somebody who's in that area, tell them to please tune in to us so that we can share the latest information about the situation that is unfolding there. We do have a number of crews on scene from our Daniel Marine, as well as Thahira Rahman. She's in another location where they're asking reporters to gather at this time, so she's waiting to get some details there. So we are trying to get you all covered on all that's unfolding right now in Bastrop County. Let's go live now to KXAN News at 5 o'clock.
Continuing to follow our breaking news here at 5 o'clock, we're getting a closer look now at a 630-acre wildfire happening right now at Bastrop State Park. We know it is moving across Power Plant Road, and we have been informed that 30 families in that area of Bastrop County have been evacuated so far. What you're seeing is the Starflight helicopter. They're battling the fire from the sky, bringing buckets of water into the fire zone. Crews are working as fast as they can, of course, to get this fire out.
Here's what we can tell you. The Bastrop County Office of Emergency Management says that people along several roads this afternoon are being asked to get out of their homes. If you're just now joining us, here is a list of those areas. Check in with your loved ones. Right now, the fire is right by the Pine Hill Drive neighborhood, so people there are being asked to evacuate. That includes all the folks along Pine Tree Loop, Linda Lane, and Lisa Lane. One other fact for you, Blue Bonnet Electric Cooperative says its network is unavailable due to the fire, so some people in this area may be experiencing some outages.
And all afternoon long, we've been getting videos from our KXAN viewers in Bastrop County showing just how high the smoke is going. Right now, KXAN has several crews nearby. We do know there is a briefing scheduled for very soon, and we'll bring that to you as it begins, and of course any updates at KXAN.com.
The Texas A&M Forest Service is working to try to get a handle on this fire, to no avail. KXAN's Daniel Marine is there. I know this fire is moving very swiftly. What can you tell us, Daniel?
Well, we're along State Highway 21, and it's actually kind of eerily quiet out here right now. You can see the smoke behind me right now. It is creeping closer to us, swallowing up more of the sky, and the wind is beginning to pick up out here. It's definitely a little stronger than when we first got here. Now, we do have some video. This is as far as they are letting anyone go right now. Law enforcement is turning people around, you can see. The Bastrop County Office of Emergency Management says this fire, as you mentioned, is currently moving along Power Plant Road towards South Shore Lake Bastrop. Now, there are some residents who were out here alongside the road right now. They were not evacuated from the neighborhood. They were actually trying to get into the neighborhood to check on their homes. I spoke with one woman who is very concerned for her animals.
I have 8 chickens and a cat at home right now. So the chickens are outside, but they're in their coop, and the cat's in the house.
And again, we're awaiting an update from Texas A&M Forest Service. We're going to be sure to live stream that for you as it happens. Back out here live, just about a half hour ago, one of the helicopters being used to drop water and flame retardant actually landed on the highway behind me so they could refuel. Now, as far as the evacuations go, we haven't seen any vehicles coming out here through Highway 21, but there are some other roads to the north. Reporting live, Daniel Marin, we'll send it back to you.
And of course, 21 is closed in that area, so you should avoid going there. For some context, the most destructive wildfire in the recorded history of Texas tore through nearly that same spot in Bastrop County. The complex fire happened in September of 2011. That's when it began. It burned for a record 55 days, killing 2 people and destroying more than 1,600 homes in the Lost Pines area. And during that time period, it destroyed 32,000 acres.
That is a tough time. And of course, for today's fire, we will be staying on top of things and updating you right here in our broadcast and on KXAN.com. At this time, let's bring in our chief meteorologist, David Yeomans. David, you know, just 3 days ago, Bastrop County prescribed a burn ban because of windy conditions, and now we have this.
Sure, trying to avoid situations just like this. Here we are live on the Austonian weather cam, where you can see that smoke plume in the distance from the center of your screen, blowing toward the north or blowing toward the left. I know it's kind of a hazy view from all the way back in downtown. 73. It is warm, it is dry, and it is windy. As Daniel said on the scene, we've seen wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Last hour, we saw some 24-mile-per-hour wind gusts in that area. The winds will subside a little bit once the sun goes down, but we could still see some 15, 20-mile-per-hour winds all through the overnight, so not an ideal situation for firefighting efforts. Rainfall. This is all happening on the backdrop of a very, very dry period of weather. So far, in the first few weeks of the new year, we've had just 8% of our normal year-to-date rainfall. Now, the good news for folks out in Bastrop County, we do not have soil drought conditions in place there. Severe drought out in the hill country, but you'll recall back in 2011, Bastrop was in that dark red exceptional drought category. We've got a lot to talk about in your forecast, including the winter storm later this week and when roads may actually get a little icy.
ERCOT, the Texas power generator, has just released its final inspection.
Thank you all again for sticking with us here on KXAN Live. We wanted to show you the beginning of KXAN News at 5 o'clock this evening to get some better information and show you what we've learned so far about this wildfire that's growing in size there in Bastrop County. The latest from the county judge's office is that more than 630 acres has burned and led to 30 evacuations of families. There are a number of evacuations that are recommended at this time. The Bastrop County Office of Emergency Management suggested these places right here. People living along Pine Tree Loop, Linda Lane, Lisa Lane, and those in Pine Hill Estates, that particular neighborhood. We're going to wrap up our stream now so that you all can go over to our website now and find out the latest information. Please sign up for our push alerts as we've been detailing information and sending it out as soon as we get it. You can find it on the KXAN News app on your smartphone as soon as you can. Thanks again for watching us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree coming to you from the KXAN Live studio. We will see you back here at another time. Please, everybody, stay safe and healthy out there. Take care.